Hey guys, hope you're all having a great day. So in today's video, as you can see, I just planted these needle palms that are here and the one behind me. They're right next to these camellias, which if you didn't see my camellia video and you're interested in planting hardy tropicals, I just put that video out a couple weeks ago. I'll link it, I think, on this side. Also, there's a lot of AC units going on because it's pretty hot today, so hopefully there's not too much background noise. But let's get into some of the details about these needle palms. Okay, so these needle palms are actually kind of an interesting story, and the main reason I say that is because when I was looking up some information on these needle palms, there's definitely some conflicting articles, so I'm going to give you kind of some general information, and you can take it with a grain of salt. What I will say about these needle palms in terms of growing zones is they're definitely hardy in like zones 6B and up, probably to 9 or 10. I'm sure you can get away with it in 6A and also zone 5, but I've seen some things that say they're hardy to 5 degrees, some that are hardy to -5, some that are hardy to -20. So I think it's mostly that not many people in northern states have grown these, but the really cool thing that I was able to see is that I went to Pennsylvania and I went to a place called Morris Arboretum, which is right near Philadelphia, and I actually was able to see a mature specimen growing, so I'll throw that picture up on the screen so you can take a look. It was in a little bit of a shadier spot for sure. It looked like it was pretty mature, and these plants as a whole will end up getting about 8 feet tall and 8 feet wide, which this one was probably like maybe 6 by 6, so it definitely could still get larger as it matures. Not sure exactly how long it was there for, and I also don't know the care for it. However, I'm curious. I think I might try to contact them and see if they do anything special in the wintertime. I have mine in pretty much full sun, which the tags kind of said like full sun, partial shade, but I think they can tolerate a little more shade, especially if they're in a more protected location in colder climates. So I just put these in the ground now. They're definitely very slow growing. Needle palms and just any palms as a whole are pretty slow growing. And the interesting thing, which I think this is why they're called needle palms, is when you look at the base, because this happened when I was planting, it looks like they have needles on the base, and they actually can kind of prick you. They're pretty pokey, so just one thing to keep in mind if you are planting these. But nonetheless, they look really cool. They are winter or evergreen plants, so they will still look like this in the winter. I'll definitely have to share some pictures if it snows with these on there, so that'll be pretty exciting. So stay tuned on Instagram if you want to see some more updates on what these look like in the wintertime. But yeah, they're really cool. I mean, we can't really grow any other types of palms. The other second hardiest palm would be like a windmill palm. And there was maybe 1 or 2 things that other people have told me about, which don't come to my mind right now. But this is kind of the like surefire plant that at least I'll have the most success with out of any other palm that I could grow in this area. So the tropical bed is really starting to come together. We have the needle palm here, camellia, the perennial hibiscus, and then also the hardy bananas. They're all growing really well so far, but the camellias and the palms, we're gonna see how they do over the wintertime. So I'm very excited to see, also a little bit nervous, but it's a great experiment, we're gonna see, and I'm really excited about it. Now, the other thing I just wanted to mention is I ordered these through Fast Growing Trees. So it was the first time that I experienced anything through them. I've seen their name a number of times online before and didn't know if it was a really trustworthy website. But honestly, they came in probably the 2nd to 3rd week of April. They looked amazing in the mail. They actually looked almost exactly the way they do now because they really haven't grown since then. I kept them inside until it stayed plenty warm enough where it was like maybe 45, 50 degrees at night. I didn't want to chance anything. And they are supposed to be hardy, but there's a difference of them being in their nursery container and surviving the cold temperatures versus being in the ground and rooting in for the season. So another thing, if you're going to be planting these, it's better off to do them towards the beginning of the season after you're free of any frost, so you give them a chance to really root in and get used to their spot before the winter comes. So that's what I did with the camellias and the needle palms. I put them in June, which should be totally fine. They're probably not going to grow much, just focus on root development, and then hopefully they'll really start to take off next year. All right, besides that, if you guys have any other questions or comments, feel free to put them in the comment section down below. I'll try to answer them as best as I can. Besides that, I hope you guys like this video, and I will see you in the next one.